Good morning everyone, it's Vicky Wright, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, Australia. So today is our series 2 of our birthday cards, and this week we're going to be using the lovely flowing flowers from the current mini January-June mini catalogue. Okay, now before I start, if you want to place an order, a $50 order, you will receive these 2 cards in the mail. Plus, you'll receive the card kits to create these cards. Place an $80 order and you'll receive the card kits and the PDF. Okay. And you'll also earn yourself a level 1 Sale-a-Bration Item. Place a $180 order, receive the card kits, the PDF tutorial, a pack of rhinestones, and you can earn yourself 2 level 1s or a level 1 Sale-a-Bration Item. Okie dokie. So I'm just going to see if I can get this to go. I think I've confused myself, to tell you the truth, but we'll have a go. Okay, so I'm not too sure if your comments will come through, but if they do and I see them, I'll comment. But if they don't, that's okay. I'll answer any questions after we're finished. I'm not very good at doing 2 jobs at once. So first up, we're going to create this card. Okay. So what we're going to do is grab our kit and we're going to bear with me. We're going to adhere a piece of basic white onto our base card, which is the soft succulent. Okay, so all we're doing is put a little bit of glue. We're just going to put that down like that. Okie dokie. That's my printer starting up, sorry. Then we're going to bring in a piece of basic white and we're going to randomly stamp some splatters over this piece in soft succulent ink. Now the splatters that I'm using are actually from the Sweet Ice Cream stamp set, which is in the annual, and that's what we're going to use for the card. Okay, so all I'm going to do is randomly ink this up and just randomly stamp. And when I stamp, I will also change the direction of the stamp, just so they're not all running the one way. You don't have to do it too much. I might just do it one more there, because a lot of this is going to be covered. Okay, then what we're going to do, we're going to emboss this with the Splatter embossing folder. Now this is from the mini, and you'll get the 2 embossing folders, the stripes, and it's called the stripes and splatters. This is the splatter and that's the stripe. Okay, now I've already pre-done that just to save a little bit of time, and as I said, I've used the splatter only so that it would match this. You don't have to do it, you can use anything you like. Okay, so then once that's done, we're going to bring in our Freshia and we're going to stick that to that piece. and that is too big. Why do I always do this? Just bear with me, I'll cut another piece. I don't know what I do sometimes. So what we're going to do is stick this down, and I'm just going to trim it away with our trimmer, just like that. So just bear with me. There you go, done. So that piece is done. So now what we can do is stick this piece to the top of our base card. Now you can pop this up on dimensionals if you want to, but I'm just going to stick it down like that. Okay, with a nice even edge around it. Then what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our large flower and our Freshia ink pad, and we're just going to stamp that onto there. And we're going to grab our scissors and we're actually going to fussy cut. Now remember, when you're fussy cutting, God, I'm not doing this too well. My eyes are playing up today, so just bear with me. I always leave a little border around, but it's up to you. You don't have to if you don't want to. Now once again, the cards are pretty easy to do. But I wanted the stamp to shine, but still add a little bit of depth to the cards. I haven't done a very good job of this cutting, but we'll just go around and clean it up. Thanks, Beryl. How are you today? You're creating some lovely cards, actually. I'm enjoying seeing them. And thanks so much for sharing too. Okay, it's not the best cutting, but that's okay. Then we're going to grab some dimensionals, and we're just going to put a couple on the back. Bring our card base in. And I'm just going to put that just there like that. And as I said, a lot of this will be covered up, so you don't have to be real pedantic on how you stamp your background. Then we're going to bring in a shape. or basic white. Now I've already pre-done mine, and I've used the stitched rectangle dies, and we're just going to bring in our Freshia again, and I'm using Just a Note, but you could use Happy Birthday or whatever sentiment you have. And we're just going to ink that. Now, as I said, I always stamp on scrap first so that I know it's straight. I'm just going to bring this down a little bit. I can't get it. And I'm actually going to bring it over to the right a little bit, because part of it will be will go underneath the flower. And again, we're going to pop this up on a couple of our dimensionals. Wow, I seem to be all thumbs today. Just like that. And we're just going to pop that just under there like that. Just a little bit like that. Then we're going to bring in some ribbon. If I can find my ribbon, yep. Now this is the Freshia open weave. Ties nicely and sits nicely. Just play around with your bow until you get it nice and straight. Just like that, and then just pull it tight. I'll just get some scissors. And all we're going to do is just trim that back a little bit. Grab a mini dimensional. Just like that. And we're just going to bring it there. Hey Sharon, how are you? Just like that. Then what we're going to do to finish this off, we're going to grab our rhinestones, and we're just gonna, I've got pink on that, add a couple of rhinestones to our card. Oops. 1, 2. And that is our first card. As I said, easy peasy, but I think it's quite effective. I like these colours together, and sometimes you don't need a lot of stuff to make a pretty card. Okay, so that's our first one. Then we're going to do our second one. So the second one is still using the soft succulent, but we're bringing in pale papaya. Okay, so fingers crossed that all the trimming and the cutting and the chopping is all correct size, and by the looks of it, it is. So first up, we're going to do our background onto our basic white, and we're going to do that in pale papaya. Okay, just move that aside. And we're just going to use this little stamp. It's from, as I said, the flowering. Oh, of course you are. you need my little to-do list. And we're just going to randomly stamp our image, turning it as you stamp it so that it's all different ways, just like that. I might just do one there, I might do one there. Now, again, part of this will be covered, but that's okay, so you don't have to worry too much about the middle. Then we're going to emboss this with our Tasteful Textile 3D folder. And as I said, once again, I've prepared it ahead of time. And we're going to, I started off with Bumblebee. I couldn't work out why it was a dirty colour. So, but we're not going to see that. I hope you nearly finished your page, Sharon, and not just starting. And then that's all we're going to do, just like that. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to clean our stamp. Sorry about the camera wobbling. It's only while I do this. Okay, so we've done that. Then we're going to bring in a piece of basic white, and we're just going to stamp this. Oh, you're way ahead of time then. Yeah, 3 p.m. Yep. So you're on a roll, Sharon. Then we're going to grab our pale papaya again. And we're going to grab our big flower. And we're going to stamp that here, on and off. So it's always good to have part of the image on and part of the image off. Looks nice. And then we're going to grab our smaller one that we use for the background. And we're just going to stamp that right there. Just like that. Okay. And just put these out of the way so I don't wreck it. Then we're going to grab this one. And we're going to ink this up. But I'm going to bring in a clean tissue. And what I'm going to do is just take that little bit off there. See that? Just with a clean tissue. Okay. Then we're going to close up this. And we're going to bring in our not our pale papaya, our soft succulent. I think I've done this back the front, but that's okay. I've got tissue on that. Actually, what we might do, instead of doing it that way, we're going to bring in our marker. So I've still got the soft succulent, but I'm actually using the marker. Now when you use the marker, don't put it down on nib straight up because you will ruin it. So just put it on the side slightly and just colour it. Okay, just like that. Now I always put the lid back on straight away, and we're just going to, you can huff on this if you like, but I find these stamps stay moist for a little bit longer. And we're just going to stamp that. And that's it there. I'm just checking to see if that's pale papaya, yeah. That's that. Then what we're going to do, glue this to a piece of soft succulent. Just like that. Then this is going to be, now this is going to be glued to the top of our base card, but as I said in the previous one, you could always pop it up if you wanted to, but I don't want my card to be popped up too much. I'm going to have a look at your page, Sharon. Just like that. Okay, and as I said, don't worry about too much stamping in the middle because you will cover a bit of it up. That just looks like a funny colour to me. Okay, then what we're going to do is bring in a piece of basic white again, and I've already pre-cut the straps. And this time around I'm using Happy Birthday. I love the font in this. Oh, nice, decorative borders. Nice. So I'm going to bring this down here just so I can see it and stamp it. And hope that it's all on. Oh, yep, I'm happy with that. That's done. Then what we're going to do is bring in a scrap of, what's it called? Soft succulent. And we're going to stick that to the base here. Okay, making sure that you get it sort of nice in the middle, just like that. Then what we're going to do, we're going to pop this piece up. But before we do that, I'm actually going to chop a little bit off the sides. That's better. Then we're going to grab our dimensionals and we're going to pop this up again. 2, 3. And I'm just going to put it across the middle there, just like that. And just press that down. Now to finish it off, we're going to bring in our bling bling again. So we'll just put one there. One there. And one there. And that is our second card. As I said, very simple, very easy, but quite effective. So there are our both cards we've just done. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed that, and we'll have series 3 at the beginning of February. Okay, thanks a lot. See you later. Hooray.